This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 23, Ash and Smoke. Hello, I'm Paul. This is Tales of Swordfall, and who am I with tonight?
Hi, I'm Robin, and I'm playing Mantis Bladesong.
Hi, I'm Ammon. I'm playing Ashe.
Yeah, I'm Katz, and I'm playing Tyrker.
Hi, I'm Very the Butterfly, and I'm playing Rayanne.
And I'm Guy, and I'm playing Norik Faltspur.
And if you've been listening to us for a while, you probably noticed there's two new names that are suddenly here. They are actually our new players. And if you wondered what happened to Luke, he has to take a break for a long while, so we just have all the well wishes for you, Luke. I hope you can join us again at some point. Anywho, let's do just a short recap of what happened in the last episode. Norik went berserk inside the refugee camp from the halfling towns that filtered into Branby Clearing. Things got messed up. Everybody had to fight. Tyrker had to... Tyrker was wandering off by himself, trying to get to the town that's burning to the west, Longborough, until he ran into the three spooky Fey ladies who have popped up before in this game. And he was given an option of either going to Longborough, going back to his friends, or going to some mushrooms, and Tyrker chose going back to his friends. And during this whole thing, Norik toppled over a guard tower with his pinky, and Herberto went berserk. Someone got petrified because of interventions from a hand crossbow from Mr. Tangle, and yeah, it was just all sorts of crazy. But before we actually conclude the aftermath of the craziness, we are seeing two travelers going north on the main road toward Branby Clearing. You two are in the Revnik Hills. It's a wide area of land with rolling hills, spots of groves here and there. It's a really nice place, but it is starting to be early winter, so all the greens that you usually see during the spring and summer are slowly fading. The grass is turning into this gold color. Or actually, no, it's probably already a gold color and starting to kind of just calm down its growing spree that it once had. And you two, as you approach Branby Clearing, see that from your view, you can see that there's several fires that are happening. So for your first roll of the night, if you think you're familiar with Swordfall, the country, or at least this area, give me a history check.
Let's see here. Ooh, I did bad.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. So let's see if I get your name right. It's Ashe, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Awesome. I should know this because we just did the introductions. So, why does Ashe have no idea about this area at all?
They are from another country altogether, I believe. and maybe I think this is their first time in this area.
Cool. And let's see. I just heard this name. I should know it. It's Mantis, right?
Yes.
Okay. So Mantis, apparently you've been around in this area. You know that Bramby Clearing is a halfling town. You know, the whole kind of Tolkien-esque hills that have houses inside them. But you can see that there's something clearly wrong from your past memory of this place. That there's actually a bunch of white tints that are up on the top of the hills, and that's a little unusual. Um, what's brought you to this town in the past?
I've probably just passed through it in search of the answers I'm looking for in reference to my patron. So my journey probably just took me through here once upon a time.
And you probably just traveled right on through, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Cool. So as you approach the town, a halfling does approach you two. Excuse me, are you travelers or mercenaries or people who do things for money?
Maybe. Who's asking?
Well, the township of Bramby Clearing, we have a slight emergency, and perhaps you can help for some gold. And this little halfling, um, if they're dressed up like okay, they're probably middle class, um, and it looks like they have a shiny new badge on them, so it looks like someone just either deputized him or made them like an official messenger all of a sudden. And he looks super nervous. Like normally he probably wouldn't have approached either of you, but it looks like there's something going on.
I guess I'll look over at my traveling companion and kind of ask, "Well, what do you think?"
Mantis is she's just kind of standing there with her arms crossed, kind of scowling towards this halfling. Okay, we'll do it.
Oh, okay. Gosh, I was told to do something, and the halfling just kind of pats himself, trying to find you don't know quite what, but suddenly they go into their bag, produce a scroll, and start reading. I hereby deputize you as part of the fire rescue team of Ramby Clearing, and at the end of this job, you will be paid 10 gold each. Come on, let's go.
All right. At the hearing about fire rescue, Ashe kind of smirks a little bit since he's on fire, kind of a little bit.
Yeah, the irony.
But I'll follow the halfling.
Yeah, the halfling does not move as well. No, probably as quickly as the dwarf because they both have a movement of 25. So, yeah, I mean, probably for Ashe they're going slow, but the halfling's trying to go as fast as they can, and just kind of keeps waving you on. And okay, yeah, once you get there, I'll introduce you to a guy named Londi. Londi knows where all the buckets are. Do you need any kind of protection? Of course you don't. You look like you're armored, I think. And he just keeps kind of like rambling on about this guy named Blondie, who apparently is the fire marshal of the town of Bramble Clearing. And he kind of just starts going on about how towns were attacked by kobolds, and now this happened, that someone went berserk and started fires in the refugee camps. And it's a little too much to take in to hear the fine details, but as you approach Bramby Clearing, it kind of becomes clear that something went down here, and there is a bunch of fires, a bunch of people like getting medical attention, and people trying to set up a fire bucket brigade.
I have an ability that might be able to help here. Can I tell if these fires are magical or non-magical?
Do you have a ability to specifically tell you that, or
Probably. That
yeah,
would probably be Arcana, huh?
yeah, roll Arcana. That would probably be the most
See.
useful thing.
Oh, that's not great.
Now, you can guess, since they look like they're there's a lot of coal and there's some smoldering and it's in different places, and that, it's your usual like red flame, and it's not like purple or red or green. There is a really good chance that this is just normal fire.
Perfect. That's what I like to hear. um,
Skies, what happened here?
Oops.
I say, looking around at all the fire.
There was a riot. People were getting their ration of water, and then they all went berserk.
And that doesn't sound suspicious to you.
Oh, yeah, we actually have a few people in custody that seemed like they started it. Yeah, I don't really know. It's just really weird. But oh, hey, look, there's Londi, and the halfling points in the distance, and there's this very rotund for a halfling, so he's just kind of a ball. This halfling has like giant bushy sideburns, a bald head, and he's waving people left to right, trying to organize everything.
I guess we're here to help. What can we do for you?
Adventurers, huh? Good. We'll get you that 10 gold after this is all done and said with, and if you have to sleep the night, we have areas for you to sleep. We'll provide food and everything. Anyways, grab a bucket and join the brigade. If there's any way that you can help just put out the fires with magic, and he just kind of shrugs his shoulders as saying magic. And clearly, he's not a magic user.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he was just gonna say, just find your way to the front of the line and do your thing.
I'll give him a little wink and say, I think I got this, and start casting my Control Flames cantrip with Abandon, extinguishing cubes of fire over 60-foot range, I guess.
That's
5-foot cubes.
That's a pretty good amount, though. Yeah, I mean, you start doing that. People start doing the bucket brigade. Where does Mantis put themselves?
She's kind of holding a bucket that's filled with water, but she's near Ashe, and she's not actually throwing it on any of the fire because he's got this.
Yeah, he's got this.
She's just kind of holding this permanent scowl on her face, like almost in disgust that she's surrounded by halflings.
Yep, and then the sound of voices working together and singing a working song starts happening. And you just kind of hear the song swelling up as they're passing buckets and dousing it on flames and coals, and it's pretty well organized. You can tell that there's at least one or two people who don't really belong to the town helping out. There is this Goliath who's happily trying to sing along, but definitely does not know the lyrics to the song. So we're gonna just check on Rayanne and Tyrker for a moment. So, would you be helping Norik out right now, or would you be helping saving the town from, fire?
So, just to make sure that I remember correctly, Norik basically, did they shackle him and say we're going to bring him to jail now, or how did that end?
His sister grabbed him by the shoulder and said, Mom and Dad and the mayors of the town have a lot of questions for you.
Tyrker would be focusing on the town's fires then.
So, where would he have put himself?
Well, he doesn't have any magical way to put out fire. But maybe he's good at putting out fires. Do you mind if I roll like a survival to see if he has experience with that?
Yeah, totally.
I think he is.
Apparently,
Pretty good.
apparently you've made
Rolled
plenty of
23.
fires, and you've put out plenty of fires too.
Yep. I imagine as a boat builder, he might have accidentally maybe started some fires that were a little too big next to his boats and needed to put them out very quickly. So, yeah, he'll be doing dirt and water and whatever Tyrker would be doing to put out the fires.
Cool. And what about Rayanne?
Huh. Is there any way I could do a dice roll as to which one? I don't know.
You could always do a d20 and say evens and odds. I mean,
Okay. Even, Snork, odds, Tyrker. Okay. Alright, Norik it is.
hey. So, this is a good transition point then. Nork, Rayanne's sitting next to you, and you are in basically the city hall, but they have decided to shackle you, Nork, as you're waiting there. But, in the front, so you're comfortable. And there is a large discussion going on about what happened, why did people start rioting, why were there fires, who let Nork in the town with a cursed item. Just this. You're overhearing this conversation, and at some point you'll have to stand up and say something. So Nork, how are you feeling at this moment?
Well, I guess I should follow that up with one question: Is has it been an hour since you drunk that what was it, a cloud giant strength potion or something?
Yeah, it's been over an hour now.
Okay,
They
so
haven't.
he's back down to normal strength, which I believe.
Which was totally the curse's fault,
12.
might I add. No one else's.
Yeah. So Nor kind of lost a little bit of the. Yeah, he felt this kind of funny little high from it, just like this is kind of weird. But now that's gone, and he's really kind of reflecting on, wow, I really screwed up, didn't I? And he's feeling pretty bad.
Yeah, and so they start discussing about Norik and what witnesses have seen him done, and kind of a trial starts up where it's there are witnesses, and somehow Ulin has gone back to normal, and he looks all like sad and stuff, and he was like, yeah, I saw Norik, and he grew, a foot taller, and veins popped out of his head, and I was so afraid. I was running away for my life, and apparently he petrified me. and all the mayors are like,
What?
yeah. And
Like petrified as in you're afraid? Because I'm sorry.
all the mayors look your direction and look pretty cross because they haven't asked you to speak yet. And Ulin, of course, being the wonderful asshat he is, goes, "No, you turned me into stone."
How's that even?
Well,
I imagine Norik's getting this glare from.
Is Ryan just standing probably next to him, like, huh?
you're either standing or sitting. I mean, it's really up to you. I mean, you could try to tell the truth if they'd believe you, but uh, one of the mayors, actually the mayor of Longbarrow, is glaring at Norik right now, and roll me a history. Let's see if you have any past history with the mayor.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
13. Yeah, you kind of had some dealings with the mayor when you were younger. Was he mayor at the time? That would be the first question.
Well, Longbarrow's kind of a traditional town, and things tend to stay the same for a long time. So we'll say he was mayor at the time. He was perhaps a little bit younger mayor,
And
but everybody just kept like whenever it came time to elect a new mayor, it's like, well, who else would we pick?
yep. And why would he be angry at you?
Oh boy. Uh, the mayor. Let's see. We should give him a name. I feel like. What's a good name to give him?
Let's see. Galvin? No, that's too much
Galvin.
like Gavin.
It has to be, like, absurd.
Bilio.
Billio. Mayor Billio. He was very popular amongst the whole town. Um, as I said, every time an election came up, everybody would just, oh, who else would you choose except for Billio? Billio's been a great mayor. He's a great community leader. He gets everyone involved. But Norik was always running off, and he never really got involved. And to some people, to some that might just be like, oh, he's just off doing his own thing. But to Billio, that it kind of irked him because Billio put all of this effort and all of his pride into creating a great community, and this one this one boy way back then just didn't want anything of that, and he felt kind of offended. So he never quite liked Norik. Yeah, yeah, and Norik's parents had accepted that he doesn't quite fit into the normal community, the halfling community, quite the same as everyone else did. But Billio, he didn't quite accept him the same.
So, a few more eyewitnesses to Norik's terror come up, and one is dressed in full town guard uniform, and he has a broken arm, and he starts telling the tale of how he was trying to defend the town against Norik and his Hell Mule until he toppled down the tower that he was on. Of course, a little dramatized. And finally, before Norik
And
even...
Norik's gonna like just speak out of turn. I'm really sorry. I mean, do you need help with the arm? Are you okay?
Billio gives you a scowl and he's like, You'll get your turn.
So, sorry.
And he turns to Rayanne. Do you have anything to add to this or to help your friend?
Norik's gonna sort of sideways glance at Rayanne and just do a little head shake as if saying, "No, don't tell them what you did."
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall.
Please consider listening to these podcasts.
Hello, folks. JP Winterbottom here to tell you about The Beholder's Eye, a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons narrative-focused actual play podcast about a group of private investigators in a fantasy noir setting with eldritch horror undertones. You can find The Beholder's Eye every other Friday on iTunes, SoundCloud, or anywhere podcasts are found.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.